Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about the journey of Elaina, similar to what I did last week with talking about Talentless Nana and why people should stop sleeping on it. I want to talk about Journey of Elaina, which is definitely one of the more popular series that has come out. It definitely got a lot of praise early on for immediately what it did. And in a similar way to Talentless Nana, it did subvert expectations in a way. And of course, the title of this video is absolute satire. Do not take it seriously. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, this is the most biggest brain show for all this intricate stuff. But I do want to go over why I feel, it is so intriguing in a way. As when I really looked at the show coming in, I was very interested in it, and I said it's probably one I'm most interested in at the start of the season. But that was more of a thing where I'm like, I can easily chillax, sit down. I do not have to think. It's just going to be a fun little show about this cute witch girl doing some witch things. And if I just be a fun little journey and all that. But what the story is really about is a lot of what a journey actually entails. It doesn't entail just the niceness of everything in the world. And if you look at different stories, if you're going into so many, there is bad things that come out of it. And this show definitely has a varying emotion that you don't see in a lot of shows. It doesn't really make you cry in a sense. It's not that emotional, sad tearjerker show. It's also not morbidly depressing or dark. It's kind of dark, but I wouldn't say in a morbid sense. It just gives a very bleak feeling, and that's something I can't say for a lot of shows. And of course, certain episodes differ from this sense. The first episode, it had this kind of simple story-esque type of conflict through it that gets resolved by certain means. The second episode, generally, it's a little bit weird because I don't know if I can explain my emotions very well. But the third and fourth episode, which are the ones that have aired as of when I'm recording this, I can't talk about 5, 6, or anything beyond that, as they are not out. They really showed a lot of interest in the show, and it really made people think about it, as it was the start of when the story just kind of got dark in a sense. Not morbidly, but it was dark, it was bleak, and the story outcome wasn't happy. It wasn't, a fairy tale happy ending, as you can say. There was 2 little tales that happened in episode 3. One of them was very open-ended, which was very weird. It didn't try to solve any story. It didn't try to say any message at the end attached to it, really. And that's interesting, as the show has really had some, underlying message that they put right at the end, something Elaine says in her head about everything that has happened. And it's your interpretation to rather take that as exactly what it's going for, or connect it to overall of what has been happening as recently and form a other message into it. I feel it's very interesting. The second part of it, it was generally just, I don't think anything good came at the end of this story. We do not actually see the result, but we compare through another story that's just been said that the ending was not happy. And, if you want to make a connection to this story, which they generally are, you could say that a bad ending is likely to happen there too. But it also leaves it in a sense where it could have been a happy ending. We can't really tell, as they didn't give us anything that solidifies one side or the other, as Elaine just leaves, and as it's her journey, you don't get to tell what fully happened in the end. And last, talk about episode 4. Now that was just craziness. of how much, you know, they kept away from you all the information you did not know going in, and when you came out, it was just, there wasn't really any happiness to it. It was just Elaine sitting there just like us, kind of seeing what the hell's happening. It didn't feel like it was her story in particular. It was just something that happened on the way, and she just acted as a spectator, kind of like the audience was in this episode. And her type of demeanor of just being kind of in shock, not really, generally speechless to what to really say, how to really address what is happening, just sitting there and looking at what is unfolding, is similar to the audience. I think that's something very cool. Something I really liked about the show. Yeah, for something that looked like it would just be easy turn your brain off type of show, it's actually something that has me very engaged when I'm like, what is going to happen? What is going to be, what comes out of this? What is the story about? And what I assume will happen is there are going to be some happy stories, but they're not going to drop the bleak stuff. There's going to be other bleak tales throughout the run of this show. As we're only 1/3 through it, I don't expect it's just going to be this little short part, or else it'd feel very weird. So there's probably going to be some ups and downs, kind of like how the actual journey of our lives are. There are ups, there are downs. It doesn't have to be all happy in the end. It can just be depressing and dark. It's a weird outlook that I think is very natural, but we don't often get to see in storytelling. And from, you know, the light novel, how it's adapted the stuff, I've really liked this show. I'm very surprised of where it's went, as when I first looked into it, I didn't expect anything as crazy as what it is doing, but I am put into shock sometimes as I watch the episode, and I'm like, wow, this is happening. I think it's one of the coolest things. It's a very nice emotion to see. You know, it isn't trying to just pull heartstrings or just be a happy-go-lucky tale. It's really trying to hit a bunch of spectrums, and it's something I really like, and you don't really see it out of anything else airing this fall. So if that seems like something that is interesting to you, I would definitely go and watch Journey of Elaine. But otherwise, thank you for watching this video. Hope you did like and enjoy. Subscribe to help me support me on my content making endeavors. I just felt like making another video about some fall anime. I think it's something I can easily go and just talk about for like 8 minutes or so, like last 2 videos. I'll try to think of something, you know, creative and original besides doing that, as I think it can get old. But yeah, that's a little update notice. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you liked and enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.